You know, this isn't just a story about some rare coin. It's a real-life historical mystery, full of missing records, and it's sparked a treasure hunt that has gripped a whole country for generations. What's crazy is that for the longest time, a lot of people were convinced this coin shouldn't even exist. Let's find out why.
So, take a look at this. At first glance, yep, it just looks like pocket change. A simple, worn-out copper penny. But trust me, what you're looking at is the heart of one of the most incredible stories in the entire world of coin collecting. Because in top condition, this little piece of copper has sold for over $100,000. Wow. All of a sudden, it doesn't look so ordinary anymore, does it?
So yeah, that's the big question, right? How does a regular old penny become one of the most valuable and obsessed over coins in an entire country? Well, the answer takes us back to a time of absolute crisis. To really get why this coin is so valuable, we've got to go all the way back to the year it was supposedly made, 1930, a year when, honestly, the world felt like it was falling apart. The Great Depression hit Australia like a ton of bricks. Businesses were failing, jobs were vanishing, and families were just struggling to put food on the table. In a lot of places, money just stopped moving. Nobody was spending, they were hanging on to every single cent they had.
And that created this really weird situation for the Royal Mint. See, in a normal year, they'd be churning out millions of new pennies for people to use. But in 1930, the demand for new coins just completely dried up. Officially, there was zero reason to make any more of them.
And right there, that's where the legend really kicks off. Because if no new pennies were needed, and the mint wasn't supposed to be making them, then why on earth do some of them exist? It's the central mystery.
What's so wild is that the coin itself isn't special at all. You've got King George V on one side, the classic kangaroo on the other. Its entire legendary status, all that value, it comes down to just 4 little numbers stamped on the bottom, 1930.
And this is where it gets really weird. For most coins, there are clear official records telling you how many were made and when they went out. But the 1930 penny, it's surrounded by this fog. There are no clear records. We don't know exactly how many were made or how they got out. That's just not normal, and it's what makes it so mysterious.
This whole situation has led to 2 main theories. The first one is pretty straightforward. Maybe a small test batch was made, just to keep the machines in working order. But the second one, the more exciting theory, is that some mint workers secretly made a batch on the side. The honest truth? Nobody knows for sure. And it's that mystery, that not knowing, that kicked off a national obsession. The second collectors figured out that the 1930 penny was basically missing from the official books. The hunt was on. The very idea of the 1930 penny completely changed the game. It wasn't just about collecting anymore, it became a genuine treasure hunt. It plugged right into this powerful fantasy, the idea that a life-changing fortune could be hiding in an old jar of coins in the garage. Because of its incredible story and its rarity, the 1930 penny quickly earned a nickname, the Holy Grail of Australian coin collecting. It's the one coin that says you've reached the absolute top of the hobby. It's the ultimate prize.
So how rare is it really? Well, experts figure maybe around 1,500 were ever made. But think about it, they went into circulation. Most were spent, lost, or just worn down to nothing. The number of survivors today is tiny, and the number of really high-quality ones, it's practically zero. This thing is a survivor against all odds.
But you know what happens when something gets this valuable, right? It attracts the wrong kind of attention. The 1930 penny is a dream for collectors, but it can also be a really dangerous trap because the market is absolutely flooded with fakes.
So how do the criminals do it? Well, there are too many tricks. The most common one is to just alter the date on another penny. They'll take, say, a 1938 and carefully carve the 8 to look like a 0. The other, sneakier method is to create a complete counterfeit from scratch and then give it a fake aged look.
So, how do you even spot one? The experts are looking for tiny clues that you or I would totally miss. Microscopic scratches around the date, the weight being just slightly off, a weird surface color, or a kind of mushy look that comes from a bad copy. You really need a trained eye for this stuff. And this brings us to a super important point. With the 1930 penny, getting it professionally authenticated isn't just a good idea, it is everything. Buying one of these without getting it checked out by a trusted expert is a massive, massive financial risk.
So why? Why, after all these years, does the legend of this one coin just keep getting bigger?
It's about so much more than just how rare it is or how much it's worth.
It's because the 1930 penny has become something more than just a coin. It's a true cultural icon. It represents a tiny piece of history that survived when it shouldn't have, and it carries one of the greatest stories in the entire hobby.
When you get right down to it, this coin is a relic from a time of hardship, it's a historical puzzle that's still missing pieces, and it's a symbol of that dream we all have, of finding something extraordinary in a totally ordinary place. It just taps right into that human love of a good treasure hunt.
Okay, so this brings us to a really crucial practical question. After hearing all this, what if you go check an old coin jar and you see that magic date, 1930? What is the absolute first thing you should do?
The answer is absolutely nothing. Don't clean it, don't try to polish it or make it look all shiny. Any attempt to mess with the coin's natural surface can instantly wipe out a huge chunk of its value. Seriously, leave it exactly as you found it.
And really, that's what makes the 1930 penny so special. It's a coin that wasn't supposed to be made, a survivor from a desperate time, and a treasure that could still be hiding in plain sight. It's a historical puzzle that, even now, has never been completely solved. And that keeps the dream and the hunt alive for all of us.